what I wrote. So now that our meeting is being recorded, I'm going to click continue.
I meant to click it earlier. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to put that in there because when I wrote that, I was like, yes, I want you to live your life healthy and happy and fun and doing the things that you love to do. So that's why I read it. It just had to be read. So Kat, also, one of the things I want you guys to do is to show up on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific. Every Saturday. Why am I calling it Saturday? Because we want to take your stats. So your stats can be, and you are taking them yourself. So you can take measurements, you can take weight, whatever makes you, helps you mentally to understand your physical body and how it's progressing. So if stepping on the scale, I cannot step on the scale because I have a problem with the scale. I have an eating disorder, so I don't step on the scale. But I do take measurements so I can see where my body composition is going. Also, my Saturday consists of, can I do more push-ups than I did last week? Can I do more pull-ups than I did last week? What things that help me achieve my ultimate goal, silks and climbing and paddleboarding and all this cool stuff I love to do. What helps me in the overall goal?
Yeah, so I want to touch on that just a little bit because I don't do scale or measurements because I have had a history of eating disorders. Things that I like to personally check in on. Most of the programs have like a set rep sheet. So how many reps can you do? P90X has it. I know Body Beast has it. A lot of them have those tally sheets. T20, I think, has it for your fit test. So utilizing those to the best of your ability and using those as metrics, as well as pain. Are you in less pain than you were before? Because that should always be on a downward thing. Are you able to, are you more flexible? So the 3-week yoga retreat has a yoga pose.
I'm going to stop you for a second. Pain. You should not be in pain.
You should
discomfort. Yes. You can be and will be in discomfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, go beyond that. But if you're feeling actual pain, like in your joints or something like that, you shouldn't feel like you fell off the roof of a house, is what we're saying. Okay, so let me just make sure we have that in there. Sorry, I stopped you. Go ahead.
Yeah. But for me, like I've come off a bunch of injuries, and so I've started in pain and worked my way down the scale. So kind of figuring out where that's appropriate training versus.
There's good pain and bad pain.
Yeah, good pain and bad pain, and being able to self-assess, which takes practice. So yeah, making sure that your pain levels or your discomfort levels are going down where it's easier to do things. You're feeling more of a sense of flow, which I want to make sure that I talk about. I mentioned it in a couple of our activities, but flow is really important for mental health and some other stuff. I think that's all I wanted to say. But yes, using your own metrics to measure your progress is going to be the best way. Yeah.
So remembering that dreams are goals with a deadline. We're going to start with your goals. What I want you to do is we've been requested to have a journal and be prepared to journal your activities. Your first journal entry that I'm requesting is that you write down your goals. Be realistic about your goals. And make sure that you have a timeline for when you want to achieve those goals. You need to reward yourself for every goal that you start to achieve. So if like when I first started doing pull-ups, if I could do half a pull-up, it was hallelujah. Or just a hang, you know, if you're just hanging on pull-up bar, just doing that is like, wow, that's an incredible exercise. So what are your metrics for your success and what goals? So you can have long-term goals. Long-term goal for one of my clients was, I think she lost 80 pounds, I think. I think that's how much she lost. Let's just say, I do know what size she's wearing now. She went from a 16 to a 2, which was her perfect size because she's very diminutive. She's very short. And it's not everybody's perfect size, so don't stick that in your head, please. But she had this long-term goal. It took her 2 years to get there, but she cut it into little, small, short-term goals that didn't have anything to do with what she measured on the scale. That's our stunt person friend. She's in Hollywood being a stunt person. That was her big goal, and she's there doing it. So what I want you to do is don't let yourself be limited by what you think you can and cannot do. I want you to set yourself a big goal and then just set yourself little check marks. What can I celebrate that I accomplished this week? Okay. And this is not we don't have to see them. You're fine with keeping them to yourself and in your journal. I would love to see them so I can help you along the way. But like I said, you don't have to show them to me. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say about goals. Kat, did you have something else?
I do have a way that I like to do goal setting that has more to do with kind of overall goal setting. It includes fitness, but have some other stuff, and I'll make sure to post that in the files of the group. So I think it's the third tab if you scroll over our files, and right now there's already the wellness assessment and emotions and action in there, which are a couple of worksheets that I recommend starting with. So the wellness assessment will help you figure out where you are right now, and then the emotions and action. I think behavior has a lot to do with how we feel, and so being able to redirect our feelings either like away from bad habits is kind of what that worksheet is for.
So that's true. So please check that out. And if you can't find it or you need some more help with that, I was reading through it, and it's really good to know what your triggers could be. You could be having a fantastic day and something that is your normal trigger, like being disrespected is one of my normal triggers. If I feel like somebody is disrespecting me, then I'm set off, okay? So I've got to look at that. I know what the trigger is. I might get angry, but what is my behavior after that trigger? Is assess, figure out the emotion that is, and is now the time to react to that emotion? No, usually not. And what can I do to circumvent challenges that hurt me really in the long run?
Don't get too far ahead. We have a journal activity.
Sorry. It's very, very, it's so important to recognize the triggers. So that was it about that goal. Does anybody have any questions?
Sorry, are these worksheets you're talking about in the bod group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you scroll over, you'll see something that says files.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's got feed, and then you scroll over participants, and then the third one is files. And I only have those two right now, but there'll be more as we go on.
Okay. Next thing. Oh, so all of you guys have access or will have access to the programs and the nutrition guides. What I want you to understand is that I left, where did I leave? Oh, there it is. We do the portion control containers generally. What has happened in the background of the portion control containers is a lot of math. So if you love math and you want to figure them out, we'll give you the equations. But what they've done is they've split like fats. There's 3 macronutrients. Macronutrients are, everybody knows them, right? Fat, protein, and carbs, right? Macros. Those are your macros. We're talking about the macros. Pardon?
I said water, and some people say alcohol.
Oh, and chocolate. Chocolate's a big mac. So micronutrients are what's in those macros. And you'll see with these particular containers that they have split up the fats into three different types of containers, and they have split up their carbs into 3 different types of containers. What they've done on the back end is figured out how much sugar you should have within those macros, how much calories you should have within those macros, and we're making sure that you're getting the proper micros with them. So if you don't understand it, and we've both been certified in this style of nutrition, so we can actually, like if you say to me, can I trade blah 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 for this on one day or 2 days, I will tell you exactly, and so will Kat, exactly what you can trade for what, and still be okay and be getting the type of nutrients that your body actually needs and craves.
Yeah, and just a testimonial for it. I did my associates in personal training, and so I got a lot of nutrition education, but it was so heavily focused on macronutrients that when I learned this system, I didn't realize I was not eating nearly enough vegetables, and it changed the way that my body was functioning. I think most of you know I have an autoimmune disorder, and the way that something so simple as rebalancing my micronutrients changed a whole cascade of like things that were happening in my body, and it's, yeah, I could talk about it for a while.
Yeah, we literally could, because I went searching for information about the superfoods and everything else that we've been ingesting for the last 10 years. And Kat and I have been doing this for 10 years, but this style of nutrition didn't come out till fairly recently, about 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. And then also there's the 2B mindset style of nutrition. It doesn't, it's more for people who are fairly more intuitive eating. I always suggest that we try to do this one first, so it kind of teaches you what types of fats and proteins and stuff. But I am also certified in this style of nutrition, 2B mindset. And I do Kat and I both incorporate both of them into a way for your lifestyle to work.
Yeah.
There's some information that's very fascinating about whether or not you, how you eat your last meal of the day. Your last meal of the day, if it does not include starchy carbs, it does some stuff with your insulin that helps you with burning fat. So it's really, and I can give you the video on that. I'm not the PhD. Alana is. She's got a new book out. Tom's holding that up.
So this is on my summer reading list.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm happy.
The prompts, Catherine, could you discuss the prompts, why we chose them, and how to address them?
Yeah, so hopefully you might have a journal that was given to you in a Christmas stocking years ago that has been sitting on a shelf. I feel like everybody has that, and a candle. Am I the only one? People give me journals and I don't know.
Actually, Tom gave me this one. This is the one you gave me.
So you want a journal, or something a notebook that you already have works well. And so each prompt is focused on, that was from that one trip.
Yeah.
Summit, actually.
Oh my gosh.
In
so
last
that would be perfect. So your journal is going to be where you want to write down your goals. So that'll be your first page. It'll be the second page because I already have the page. But the prompts, and I wrestled with doing one every day, but I think that might be a little too much for everybody. So we're probably going to be doing one every couple days. But they'll be ways to either rewild your body, your mind, or your nutrition. And so, or what was the fourth one? Body, mind, nutrition. I think social interaction was the other kind of bigger.
As long as you're distancing.
As long as you're distancing, yeah. But the first one, I'll just do an example. The first one that we'll show tomorrow is called Morning Pages, and it's 3 things I'm grateful. It's just 5 questions that you fill out each day as a way to reflect on the day and your gratitude and affirmations. It's a really simple way to tune in your mind into what you want for the day and your gratitude. And then for each prompt, I'll have like a research link. So the research is extension. If you're really curious, I'm a huge researcher, so I literally have tons and tons of research on, I think the link that I put on this one was the history of journaling and how scientists and poets and philosophers have used journaling and self-reflection to level up their mind, their consciousness, their ability to perceive the world. And so there's a link to kind of that background information, as well as a really simple activity that we can do each day. Mom started talking about how recognizing behavior patterns. So that's another one of the mind. But there'll also be like silly fun things like creating a nature mandala and how repeated patterns change the way that we perceive art and nature. And I'll probably say something about Heraclitean movement, which is how the leaves move on the trees. And so when we take forest baths and we witness how the leaves move, it's actually activating our parasympathetic nervous system and changing the way that our physical body is reacting to the environment. So it reduces stress and all sorts of stuff. So I'll have some science in there, and then I'll also have an activity that's nice and palatable.
I was just talking about the leaves, the sound that the leaves make, they relax me. And it reminded John that John Travolta played in. So if you've never seen that movie, it's a great movie to watch, actually. But he was able to calm himself down by the sound of the leaves rustling. I want to move on. Oh, we would like and would appreciate if you guys would go on there and do photos or videos of you enjoying the prompts. You know, if you're going outside in nature and you're getting a sun bath or a nature bath or whatever, you don't have to be naked.
They do
you can be, but we don't need a video of that.
Give my son a heart attack.
You have to be naked and you have to do a video.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No naked videos.
It would be like a horror movie.
Yes.
Okay, the call turned real fast. We would just like to see, it helps us just as much as us messaging you or helping you with yours helps you. Just seeing the pleasure and the happiness and what you're doing, it fills us with joy, and we like it. So.
And I always want to make sure that I'm adding value. So if something's like, this is lame and doesn't make sense, then, you know, I can move a different direction.
And then the last thing, the only other thing is, do you guys have any questions? Oh, it's so nice to see you guys. It's just like, oh, I want to give you all hugs.
Oh, humans.
I would like to add one thing.
Huh?
If I may, I'd like to add something.
You may.
I may. I was fortunate enough to be on a call with Keyshawn earlier today. She's a rep, works for Team Beachbody, and she had some tips. And it's surprising because the number wasn't really a surprise, but the number one tip is to commit to the program, commit to this. It works, you know, commit to it. Committing says, hey, I don't care if the cat's sick, if the dog's sick, if I stub my toe, whatever. If I'm not feeling it, I'm going to go into the challenge group. I'm going to see these people working out and okay, they're working out, I'll work out. They're eating right, I'll eat right. It's, that's what we're here for, is to help each other. But every person has to have that commitment that on that program, it starts at day one. If it's P90X, it's 90 days later through that program. It's insanity, 60 days, start to finish. Wallace, if you want to do the work, 6 weeks of the work, and hell or high water, get it done. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, I agree. From beginning to end. Now, if you are having a challenge on a day that is actually a physical challenge that you need that day off. Days off are part of the program. Tom? Days off are part of the program, so rest days are very important as well. The stretch days. I don't know, look on over here and see the lady in the purple. If you're having issues with pain in any parts of your body, she teaches, her company is called Precise Posture, and she teaches ways to alleviate pain naturally. And Friday is her next class. And so if you guys want to, I'll post it in
Can I ever say something?
Sure.
Oh, hi. Well, thanks for the shout out. Yeah. If anybody wants to join my class, Friday is the next one. So we do like restorative corrective exercise and focus on your alignment. So if you're dealing with any sort of pain, it's a great way to get an introduction to posture therapy is what I do. And on Friday, we're going to be working on foot position, and obviously the whole body is connected. So we're going to work up the kinetic chain as well. But if you have everted feet or pronated, supinated feet, or your feet just don't function properly, this will be the one we're gonna kind of address that. Yeah, pigeon-toed, everted, all that kind of stuff, which most of us have everted feet, and that can affect a lot of your workouts in the Beachbody program. I don't know, actually, I know Tony Horton in P90X has the Egoscue, so the Egoscue is the method that I practice, and so he took it from that. And he calls this one the Egoscue, which...
Yeah, he calls it the Egoscue scratch.
Yeah, it's super funny. Yeah, so they go hand in hand, which is really cool. And then on Sunday, we're doing a hip activation class, which I'm super excited because a lot of our issues strive from the pelvis and the hips. So they're on Eventbrite. I do them by donation, and if you do a $10 donation, you get access to the recording for 30 days. So yeah, Carla said she would post that. I just actually emailed you the links to the next few classes. So
thank you.
Yeah.
So can you just say the one thing that I lost my mind when you said that in class? Alignment. If your wheels, if you have to go in and yeah. So
my mind. If you think about your car, we think about alignment with our cars very, very often. And so if your tire is going bald on your car, you're gonna go into the garage, and they're not just gonna switch out the tire. They're going to find what's wrong with the alignment that's causing extra wear and tear on that specific tire. This is very similar to pain and your body. So if one area is wearing down, say your knee is wearing down, you're not just going to look at the knee, you have to look at the entire body and what is misaligned to cause extra wear and tear on your knee. So the area of pain is never the full cause of the pain, and we have to treat the whole body as a unit to get out of pain.
Yeah.
Kamala, in 6 weeks of the work, really stresses the hip mobility. He's got one of the recovery exercises. He gets really in depth into hip mobility, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. I love how it goes hand in hand. If you try one of Rachel's classes, you'll be very surprised that she has you do something with your left eyeball that affects your right pinky toe. I'm exaggerating, but it's a part of your body you're not even expecting to affect another part of your body. So anyway, just wanted to give you a shout out because I love your classes.
Thank you.
And lastly, I did want to address, there's one person who wasn't on the call tonight that had talked to me about a program she's doing, Insanity. And it just happens to be what she has. She doesn't have Beachbody on demand, which means she doesn't have access to all these programs yet because of the issues with COVID. So right now she's doing Insanity. So I'm gonna just address her right now. So what you want to do is the warm up and the cool down. Those are the two parts that you want to specifically do for sure. If you're having challenges doing the power jumps, you're not going to do power jumps. You're going to bring one knee up and then the other knee up. You don't want to do anything that your body's not completely ready to start doing yet. And when you come down, and I'm going to probably need to watch you during your jumps, when you come down, you should sound so soft on the ground. I should not hear a noise. Think of pointing your toe, and you'll go to from toe ball heel just softly. You don't want to injure your joints. We might need to get on a video call just to go over all of those instructions. And what I want you to do is 3 rounds of something. So just keep it at 30 minutes. You're going to do the beginning of the workout, 3 rounds, and then the end of the workout. Keep them short until we're ready to move up. Okay? All right.
Sweet, yeah. And that's another option that we like kind of forget to think about sometimes. If you have a question about your movement during a workout, Carla or I can watch you. Even if it's on Zoom, we can watch you and give you some more particular cues. One of my biggest tools is using a mirror. And I know that might be a pain to get right now, but like Ross or Goodwill's not open, but have like affordable mirrors and that instant feedback of proprioceptive, your body in space looking at a mirror can help you readjust. And so you can better be able to copy what they're doing using the verbal cues and cueing yourself. But also if you need a little help, we can pop in there and do that.
And form is first. Form is first. I don't care how fast they're going. You don't have to go that fast. I don't care how long they're going. You try. So what you're gonna try is you're gonna try the one that's the most challenging. Move to the one that's a little less challenging, and then just keep moving. Don't stop moving. Okay. So you want to make sure that your form is first, and then you're gonna reach for the stars, because you can totally do anything. We don't want you to hurt during the process.
Sweet.
Okay, that's it.
We got a little bit over on the call.
Yeah, we did. That's it. I just want to be sure that I answer any of you guys' questions. You guys also have access to us for the rest of your life. Once your coach, always your coach. So that means if you want, it's okay. Yep, that's exactly right. Tom just said, if you can only do 1 rep, that's fine. Okay, so like we said, we don't feel weird about asking us questions. If I know there's been occasion that I think Danavette, I think you messaged me really late at night and you're like, I hope you're not up. Don't worry, I turned my phone off. Nobody gets to me late at night. So you can text anytime, we're fine. All right, that's it.
Hey, I was gonna snap a quick Insta pic.
Oh, good idea.
Cool, and tag you guys. Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah.
I have to be that Insta person now because you own your own business and you're like, oh,
it's
I have to be
business.
that.
I'm doing the same thing.
Awesome. No, we're all gonna do it. This is my 6th Zoom call today.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just
so tired.
Yeah, I was on one for an hour and then I went right off onto another one for a little over an hour, and then had a half an hour between.
This is my 3rd in a row.
Wow.
I'm done.
Thank you for coming on ours.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you guys.
Bye.
See you guys.
You guys.